My name is Zach Waters, and I'm a senior at Hilton Head Island High School. And today I've been given the great honor, and it is my privilege, to introduce a man who I respect and a politician who I admire, and Senator Tim Scott. Whether I'm leading huddles for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, spreading a message of love and unity to my peers, or running around as the president of the Young Republican Club, I can thank Senator Scott for the example that he sets and the man that he is. Mr. Scott is a man that I aspire and strive to be like. My dream is to one day serve my country as a public servant and stand for what I believe in the defiance of darkness. Senator Scott serves as an excellent example of a man that does just that. It gives me hope when I realize that our great leaders can rise from cotton to Congress in just one family's lifespan, that they can still embody the American dream, and that their journeys can start in the same low country as me while they venture on their ways to the highest ranks in American society. But as Senator Scott walks the hallowed halls of Washington, every meeting, every vote, comes back to him just trying to help a kid like me who lives 570 miles away in his home state. A kid who believes that we can still turn this country around. A kid who believes that he can change the world. There are so many successes in our country that point back to Senator Scott. Look no further than the leap back and the learning opportunities it gives to kids across the nation. Even just the priority he puts on education and the magic that it can bring to a student who is willing to understand and take a hold of its power. Along with his ideas of opportunity zones and investment in low-income communities nationwide to provide opportunity and better lives for the less fortunate, including a zone here on Hilton Head just a couple minutes away from my house. Mr. Scott, you work to save our nation from a power-hungry people who seek to destroy it. You stand on your faith, refusing to compromise your morals, and are not afraid to speak the truth. Men and women like you are necessities in the fight for our world. You once said, I'm an ordinary guy serving an extraordinary God, and that makes the difference. Those are words to live by, folks. I believe it is when we learn to perceive life in this manner that the Lord can use us to not just touch the world, but to save it. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage your U.S. Senator, Tim Scott. Thank you very much.
When I grow up, I want to be like Zach. I'll tell you, I have been introduced by a lot of folks in a lot of ways, but Zach, that was awesome.
Thank you, Senator.
Awesome. Now, if you live where I live, and you do, yeah, you can stick around for that. Zach's like, dude, can I leave now? I'm like, nah, not yet. You just did too good of a job. In places where I live, whether it's in Charleston or if I have the good chance of traveling around the country or coming home to Beaufort County, the one thing that I am absolutely moved by are the tremendous people who live in South Carolina. I really am. I'm moved by people who have a passion for serving others. I'm moved by people who put themselves last when they don't have to. I'm moved by people who have a vision for a better future and are willing to run towards it no matter the cost. My life was changed at a Fellowship of Christian Athletes meeting at Presbyterian College. And the fact that you are standing strong, making sure that athletes are investing their time, not just in becoming better athletes, but becoming better people, to me is powerful. I'm glad you're the president of the Republican Club at your high school. I'm more impressed, though, with your integrity and your character and the way that you speak about your faith, because our country seems to be very divided right now in so many ways. And what impressed me about you, Zach, wasn't simply the kind of things you said about me, but with watching your demeanor on stage, watching the passion that you spoke with, watching the confidence and the competence that you wove together to make a presentation. We need more people who believe, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, believe in the future of our country. And that's what you reminded me of. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's changed some of my comments. I'm gonna get back to the economic realities of our country because they're fantastic. But he has changed some of my comments. I spoke this morning with a good friend of mine.